I'm going back in, adding a little bit more of the yellow into the center. A little bit bigger. I haven't got them all done, but you get the idea of where we're going with it. I like it. Now this is going to be a happy box. I'm happier. I think I'm going to go ahead and use some texture paste to see. It's a transparent gloss, to see if I can get some of those daisies up in the front to stand up a little bit more. If not, I'll just go ahead and do it with the spackling. But you can use this just straight and it'll be clear and you can paint it when it dries, or you can add your color to it. And I'm going to add my color to it. It does have a gloss finish and it's kind of like liquid glass, just a little thicker. It's more like a paste. I'm out of my liquid glass. I've got like this much. I'm out of resin. I've got this much. I went to look up to buy resin, but I was like, I'm gonna have to just wait. Wait till next month. But I don't have any resin projects I have to do anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I've just got other things I have to get. I've got, oh, also, if you don't do resin, I wanted to show you this. It's that triple thick. You get it at Walmart. And this is a really good, amazingly good coating to spray on your boxes. If you don't want to do resin, this will work. So, but you'll spray it on nice and thin, and then you wait 15 minutes, then you spray it on again a little thicker, and then wait 15 minutes, and then on your, you can just keep doing it as long as it dries before you spray the next one, and you don't get in a hurry where you get drips. So you just want a nice thin spray. It'll seal your unicorn spit, it'll seal your spackling. It's very good. So there's that. Okay, so I've got my white and yellow mixed in with this paste. It's kind of chunky. Just see if I can get him to stand up a little bit more. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's gonna work. These little tools that you find, the gels or the brushes, those are all important tools. Every tool you have will do something good for you. You just have to figure out how to use it. And that's the mystery. But it's fun. It's like a puzzle. If you like doing puzzles. One of the things that you can remember if you're just new to painting or art is you want to have some things in front and some things behind. Like you'll want a flower that overlaps another flower so that you don't see all the flower, all the flower, all the flower. It just makes it look, you know, more natural if you can overlap some. Definitely going to have to put some other flowers in here though, because this was fun. I thought what we could do is, if you wanted, if you're working on the box in front of you, that's cool, you just keep going. But if people aren't working on boxes, you can always just grab a piece of paper and some paint And try these techniques down on your paper so you don't ruin anything on your box. This one's pretty messy, but that's all right. Real messy. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of a darker color and go around just some of the bits of yellow centers. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. You're not going to go outline it. You're just going to go... Hold on, let me find something that's going to work. What a day. This might work. Okay, so I want a darker color. Let me just go ahead and do some brown. This brown. What brown I didn't shake up. All right, and so what you're going to do is just dip a real fine brush, as fine as you can, in there, and then like just around the bottom area of one of the little dots, start adding a little bit of color to that, a little darker color. That's really thick. I wouldn't do it that thick, but that's okay. I hope you can see it. So now I'm just blending my yellow back into it because it was so thick. And now I'm trying to just get a little bit more dimension on that yellow. Now I've got a brown all over. Hold on. So I cannot see. Let me fix it. I've just mixed it all into brown because it was just too globby. Try it on this one. Just want a shadow of that color. You don't really want it overpowering, but just to give it a little bit more depth. That's what I was trying to do. Got way too much unicorn spit on there. I'm just emptying it out a little bit. Ooh, I hear the rain stick. I love that. Aw. You guys are sweet. Well, You get the idea, I hope. Like something like that. It doesn't have to be that stark, but that's what happens, so there it is. Butterfly wing's gonna go right over the, right over that. I just want to add a little bit more yellow to some of these little petals coming down off of my flowers. I love yellow, my favorite color of flower. Any flower, by the way. Oh, I like this music. All right, let's go ahead and do a butterfly just for fun. I want it standing up, not standing up. Butterfly. I want it flying. Maybe it could be standing up on a flower. Before I do my butterfly, I want to do a little bit of some stems. So I'm going to put green, but I also want my green mixed in with my gel, which is also mixed in with my white and yellow. And I'm going to mix in some brown as well. I've just got a whole mess that I'm just mixing together until something hits me like I like it. And what I'm talking about is doing the stems. We don't want a ton of stems, but some would be nice. So, you know, maybe something like that. Maybe one here, there. Just the idea. We don't want to give it away. We just want them to look and find it on their own. Maybe some leaves, that would be nice. And I just dip my brush into the green and the brown. And again, we're just trying to figure out the mood of the box, where we want things. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want someone to look at it and think, "Aw, that makes me happy." That's what I want. I don't know what you want. I just want people to be happy when they see it. And just kind of look at it and see if, you know, something needs something somewhere. I know if there's like a dead spot and you're not sure what to do with it, you could put a leaf in there. Or just a little grass thing would be kind of cool. You can just do this. You've got your green or whatever, you can just put it on a brush and just start poking it around down into your spackling and let it just be carried wherever it wants to be carried. Because eventually all of this is going to have something on it and it's going to look like, you know, grass or leaves or something. Just any interesting little detail. And I think I want a blue butterfly of sorts, bluish, greenish, teal. Thanks, Grat. Yeah, I love that music. It's the Native American wood flute. Beautiful. Just wanted this flower a little bit more yellow, a little more bold. Put some green down here, green and browns. Remember when you're doing these boxes that you're still doing the thirds, and that will help as well on your balance. Okay. I really am grateful I put that spackling on, because it's making such a difference in this feeling of this box. I just love it. So fun. I got a message from someone that said they were going to be off on Tuesday and hopefully they'll be able to paint with us. So I hope they made it. I can't remember any names. I'm sorry. All right. I don't know if I want to spackle my butterfly or just try and paint it on. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start painting it on and see what happens. But I think I want to use this color for a second and a new palette. That one's still got a lot of brown I don't want to throw away. But that color with the sparkle blue looks exciting to me. A little bit of black. Oh, thanks for the likes, honey. Welcome. My hubby. He was my savior this weekend. Oh my word. I had my devices so messed up. I could not connect to any of my stuff. I had different passwords everywhere, and he spent hours fixing it for me. Well, that's a man. That's my man. All right, so I've got my blue. And I'm not sure what I'm doing. I think I will just make a body. Where do I want them flying to or from? I think I'll just put them right here for now. There's my Y, the stem. But I'm thinking I want him kind of like just where I see only one side of the wing, like it's folded up flying. So that's, I think, what I'm, you know, I should look at that. No, I'll do a different one. We'll see. Let me just see what happens. Famous last words. And my hint today, when you are trying something that you're not that familiar with, you haven't painted that much before, I recommend doing it small. Not like so tiny it's frustrating to see, but small because you can keep growing it, but it's harder to take it back down, especially if you've got spackling that's sitting on top of. So that's what I would recommend. Just do a small wing to start, and if you need to make it bigger, you can. Aw, this is going to be so cute. I don't know about the 3D, if I'm going to do the 3D or not, but I definitely want to be able to if I feel like it later. Mixing your different blues in with your black is a nice hint. It kind of just automatically shades it for you somehow. Alright, well, I have a dragonfly right now, but it will be a butterfly eventually. Or not. I really, you know, a dragonfly will be on this box because I do like them. My wing is kitty wampus. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. Just do it. That's the main thing. Just do it. You'll get better and better, and things will get easier and easier the more you do them. And, you know, I can understand why people get niches. One, because, or niches, or whatever, however you call it. One, because you end up loving to do something. So you just get set in it, like me and my oceans. I love it. And the other is because the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So you're just kind of like, oh, I definitely want to do this some more. But the nice thing about pushing yourself out of a niche is you get to learn new stuff, you know? You're not locked in. And some spackling. So what I'm going to do is, my little guy's body is like extremely long. He's a limousine butterfly. So I'm going to cover him up a little bit, but I'm going to do it with spackling because I don't want to lose my spackling that's under him. So I'm just going to throw some spackling down, add some water to it because it's kind of dry, and throw that right on top of his little tail that I'm trying to get rid of. And it'll just blend right in with the rest. I might lengthen that tail one more time, but for now, you get the idea. Okay. I'm also going to come back over with some of that gel, if I can find it, and let that flower lay across my wing that is all not right. See that right there? It bothers me. So I can fix it, or I can just lay a flower across it. That's what I want to do. So, just the edge of the flower. Back into that gel. Something like that. I need white. I only put this painting thing on for like an hour and a half. I was hoping that would be enough time. Not sure. I'm pushing this button of the flower back up. Just messing with it, not happy with that flower yet. But it's pretty hard to do like the details while everything is soaking wet. It'll just become mud basically, and it would be a frustration for sure. So you don't want to do that. Just be patient. Go on to another piece of the box maybe. I think I want a little butterfly going over here. Okay, so in case you weren't here on the, oh, thank you. Thanks, Grat. Dragonflies, yeah. Uh-oh, you and your wood burning. You got a nice set. I saw it. It was amazing. Those double burners. So, thinking about your thirds, you've got thirds this way, thirds this way. So you got a tic-tac-toe grid. So where those lines cross are your premier places that you can feature things with a nice balance, just so you know. So when you are looking at it, I really want, I've got this on this one, that one on that one, but I think right up here would be a pretty place for a butterfly or a dragonfly or something like that. And so would right here. Maybe that should be something else. Maybe that should be grass. Let me just get a butterfly flying over here. I'm just starting with the Y. Ooh, I hear the rain stick. Love that. We've got a little one, but we used to have a big rain stick. It just would rain forever before you had to flip it back over and listen to it again on the other side. It's so pretty. Just touching blue to the spackling. That dark blue is so pretty. That sparkling blue. So, Mama Dawn, are you still here? Did you get sparkle or the regular unicorn spit? Guys. Welcome. The neat thing about doing a big butterfly would be that you could totally design it and make all those little cool spots and everything all over it. That would have been cool. Could do that on the inside of the box. Love these blues, this combination of blue. Doesn't look like a butterfly, but it's pretty colors. Not yet, anyway. I have hope. And hope does not disappoint. Alright, so we don't have little antenna thingies yet. But so far, they're coming along. Oh, thanks, Grat. I have to because I don't draw. I just paint. Alright, so for the little thingies, I think I would do well to use a toothpick and dip it into my blue and black combo where it's really quite loaded, and put just where I want those two little ball things, that club or whatever they're called. I just put those in there for right now, just so you know where they're going. Once your spackling is dry and your paint is dry, then you can do the same thing and just with a real thin line, and it doesn't matter if it goes all the way to the club that you just dotted there or not. If it has somewhat of a line somewhere and the club is at the end, your brain will connect the two and you'll see it as the little antennas. So, you know, you can make it go all the way from the head to the little club, but a lot of times it looks better when it doesn't do that. It's just the idea of the little antenna. So that's the thought. That's a thought. All right. I'm going to take the toothpick and just do some little detail work on this one because it's pretty dry up here. So I want to put some really light blue down. Just poking it into the spackling. It's texturing my butterfly even more. Yeah, I think the inside, it would be really cool if we could have it like a huge butterfly. Beautiful thing about working on boxes, you can turn them around any which way you want. It's not like a big old canvas where you're like reaching over, laying it on the floor, whatever it is you have to do to reach it. I'm just adding some colors and stripes on this Q-tip, on this wing. Q-tip. Oh gosh. Toothpick. So you get the idea. Aw, she hasn't had a chance. I'm guessing that's to play with her unicorn spit. Okay, I think the spackling is pretty much dry in that area, so I'm going to go ahead and just try to run this up. Try this one. Does that make you just happy? Makes me happy. Yeah, I kind of like that a lot. Well, I think that's where I'm going to leave it today. It's just all so wet that I can't do anything with it. And I don't want to start working on the bottom of the box yet. But I'm going to go ahead and start putting together my, whatever that is, this box, and putting the hinges on it. So I'm going to hang out for a second. If anyone has any questions, or you just want to visit, that's cool. Let me just put this right there and let it start drying. And let me clean this up a little bit, push this back. Oh, it's absolutely serene. Aw. Okay, so let me see, make sure that this isn't messed up anywhere. So one thing when you guys are doing your treasure boxes or any painting at all, sorry about the noise, trying to keep a clean workspace, because there is nothing more depressing than having a finished piece and setting it down on something that ruins it. Or at least you have to fix it now because you set it in some goop or something. So you don't want to do that. So, all right, so my little cigar box. Oh, thank you so much. How many projects do I have going on at one time? I have 6 right now. But they're all at different stages. You know, like this, it's still going because I haven't got the hinges on it, but buddy, when I get those hinges on, it's done. So there's that. I do love the way this turned out. That was my first cigar box size, so that was cool. Thank you. Yep, that was fun. It was a problem. I had a lot of problems with this box. I don't know, did you guys have problems with your boxes? I know Sherry had some issues. She worked through them. And that's all, you know, that's what you gotta do. You gotta just work through. So what I like to do is I like to put the back hinges on first because they lay pretty flat. So you can tip it back up like this and then put the latch on. Otherwise, when you put this latch on, some of the latches are really bulky and you can't just set this down to, you know, so it's just easier, is what I found. And it's not like a hard, you have to do it this way or I have to do it this way, but it just helps. Trying to figure out which way they're going to open for me. And I've already poked a hole in all of the little screw holes because they get filled up with little resin or liquid glass, whatever. So just go back and poke a hole in it before you try and start putting your screws in, because it's just frustrating if they're sealed up. It's frustrating even when they're not sealed up. They're so tiny. But I like to do one screw and then go diagonal to the other one. Gosh, can't even. There we go. This is the part I don't like to do, but without it, you don't have anything to sell or use. You gotta do these types of things. Do you resin the inside also? It depends on the box. Like this one, I resin the inside bottom. Let me see if I can get it open without ripping that hinge off I just put on. That part, that bottom part is resin. That's liquid glass in the top. The reason I do the bottom with resin is two reasons. One, it wears really well. People can throw keys in it or coins or whatever treasures they have, and it's not gonna hurt the box. And the other is to weight it down, because if the lid of the box opens up really big and it's heavy, built up with spackling or resin or whatever, it's gonna flip that box. So you want the box stable. When the lid opens up, that box just stays there. So if you add weight to it in your resin, you won't have that problem. However, these little cigar boxes are really narrow, so you don't want to fill up all of the room with resin. So just a little bit of resin to weight it down is good. You can even put sand down there in resin. Good question though. Mama Dawn, did you get some resin? And if so, what type are you getting? Just so you know, I use Pro Marine resin, and they make two different types that I've bought so far and tried. And this is what I want to show you. Just do it kind of kitty corner, one there and one there. And don't screw them in all the way, just get it set. And then you can go back and tighten them later. But the Pro Marine regular resin is what I use for deep pours and resin ring holder molds and things like that. I tried their Pro Art resin, which is what this is. It's just a different consistency of resin. They don't recommend it to be deep pours like in molds, resin molds. They pretty much, it's a coating resin. And it's called Pro Art by Pro Marine. And I'm not really sure if I like it any better than the regular. I've gone back and forth on it because it's just different. It sets quicker. But it doesn't have that really tough, it's more plasticky than the regular Pro Marine resin, that deep pour resin. So because of that, I kind of think I just want to go back to my regular Pro Marine, because that way I can use it for coating and I can use it for casting. Oh, that's cool. Well, Dawn, we're going to be doing a lot of resin things, and like on certain days when I'm not doing boxes, if you want something, if you want to learn something, let me know and we can just do that. I'll just have a live and we'll go through the process. Okay, so I've only got 2 of each one in there, but that's okay. I want to put my latch on. Make sure that these are open, and this is I just use one of those knives to just make sure that the holes are not clogged, that you have to put your latch in. If I would have been thinking, I would have put masking fluid in here, but I wasn't thinking. Hey Tex Mom, welcome. We're just putting this box together. Don't care for those latches much. It's funny when you start doing your boxes though, you'll start looking for different types of things. You know, how much does it open up? Does it open all the way? What does the latch look like? How easy is it to get on and off? And again, just put it in a little bit at a time. Don't tighten anything totally down yet, because your box kind of sits kind of weird once you get your resins and stuff like that. It can be kind of cattywampus, I guess is the right way to say that. So if you know, you can adjust it later if you leave everything kind of half in. Then just go ahead and make sure that's gonna click right where you need it to. Sometimes they have longer screws for these and other times they don't. So for the latch, if you see longer screws, it's most generally the front of the box that needs it because of the latch being thick. Well, a lot of people, Dawn, they don't want the resin. They don't want a resin. They've never done it. They're afraid of it. Understandably, I was too when I first got started, and I still am sometimes. When I don't want to ruin something, I'm just like hoping to heaven that it doesn't ruin it, you know, putting it on it. But I'm always excited to teach in resin. I love resin now. And to me, there's nothing that finishes a piece, a box, better than resin. But it can also ruin a box if, you know, so knowing that, that's why it's so scary sometimes. Okay, so there's that. We've got our, almost done. Welcome, Charlestown. Just putting the hinges on. Last of the screws in. So excited. Oh, and I was going to sand my next box because I saw on the edges of this box it was rough. Right, I don't know if you can see it, but right there it's kind of rough. But whatever. It's a treasure box. A little salty. That's okay. I am surprised it turned out as nice as it did. I am not bragging. I'm telling you, I am just ever so grateful because, my word, I had issues Oh my gosh, I did. And then I was trying to teach, and I had issues when I was trying to teach, and I was like, well, that's not good. And then I thought, okay, I'll just do it by myself, you know, home alone, and I will fix this box. And I ended up just walking out of my studio several times, not in tears, but I got close a couple times. Do you guys ever get frustrated like that? I guess it's just because you know how to do this, you know, you've done it a gazillion times before. And for some reason, it didn't matter what I did. I could not get it together. Okay, now's the time you get to go ahead and tighten all of your, just kind of go round robin, tightening here and there. You don't want to tighten one side and then get it pulling, you know what I'm saying? Pulling to a side, so. And you don't have to crank these down really hard or anything. Just get them in there so they don't pop off. Make sure that the front's on. Yes. Ta-da! We did it, guys. I don't know how your boxes are looking. Oh, you rule. Thanks, Greg. But I am happy, happy, happy with this. And I did add some green. I didn't keep it just purple and black. But, yeah. And I do believe someone is going to be very happy to get this. So, goal achieved. Now, before you store these, I like to leave them open for a little while when I just finish it, just in case there's dampness anywhere, okay? Leave it open for a couple weeks, unless, you know, you can't for some reason, but put it in a safe place, leave it open. And then when you do go to store them, if you're not going to sell it right away, put those little packets of silica in there, drop 1 or 2 in there, close it up, and then either wrap it with a parchment paper or a paper called glassine. I think it's Glassine, and it's on Amazon, and it looks like wax paper, but it doesn't have the wax. So if it's a hot place or whatever, it's not going to leave wax on your resin, which is sad if that happens. So anyway, okay. So, hey, welcome, John. So, I guess that's it. I got this box done. We'll be working on this one again on Tuesday, Thursday. This is the one we've been working on today. And you guys are awesome. I'm so excited that you're doing this with me, that we get to do this together. And I love the fact that we can talk outside of this live on Instant Messenger or direct message me on TikTok if you have problems, and then send me some of your pictures that you're working on your boxes, so I can put a little clip together, a little video, and show other people where we're at and who's doing what. So I won't even put your names on it. I just want a clip of people's boxes that they've been working on during these lives, so that other people will be encouraged to come in and give it a go too. That's what I'm thinking. So anyway, I guess that's it for me today. So I will see you back here on Thursday, 11:45, and love and light to everybody. Bye. Thanks.